We're going to turn things over now to our J.R. Berry, who is standing by with our insiders in Studio B to talk more about today's election results. J.R.
All right, Doris, thank you so much. As usual, being joined by Antoine C. Wright, our Democratic strategist, Dave Wilson, our Republican strategist. Here we go. We've been talking about this for a while. Primary day has come and gone now as far as the polling is concerned. Only thing left to do now is count the votes. Any surprises today, Antoine?
I'm not surprised at all. I'm actually surprised that in some places where we had extremely competitive races that will ultimately decide whoever is going to represent that area, we did not see a larger surge in election day turnout. We still have to wait on the absentee votes to be officially counted and cast, but I'm surprised about the lack of turnout where there are competitive races.
Well, that's the thing that you take a look at. There's some serious races that are going on in a number of areas across the state. You've got the Nancy Mace, Catherine Templeton race down in the 1st Congressional District. So that's along the coast, all the way from Charleston down to Beaufort. You've got a wide open seat that used to be Jeff Duncan's in the 3rd Congressional District. There are 7, 8 people running on the Republican side for that one. You've got a heated race between William Timmons and Adam Morgan. So those turn out, folks. But here in the Midlands, it's been really focused on the local races that are going on here.
You got the Harpootlian Ott race in that Senate race there, and you've got the sheriff's race in Lexington County, which has generated a lot of interest as well.
You know, a lot of voters are experiencing political fatigue and even voter fatigue. And I hate to burst anyone's bubble, but we may have another election in some places where there could be a runoff in 2 weeks. And so in the primary, you make a choice. In the general election, you're given a choice. In both cases, we settle our differences and disputes at the ballot box, and this is step 1 of that.
And the other part about that is, if you think about it, the elections that take place today, 40% of the South Carolina Senate is going to be seated today. More than half of the South Carolina House is going to be basically elected today in the primary. So to Antoine's point, you've had a chance to make a real choice here, but after that, you've got down to Republican and Democrat. Now, to Antoine's point, we've got 2 more weeks. There will be runoff races. You can guarantee in the 3rd Congressional District, most likely, possibly in the 1st, but then you've got big races like Katrina Shealy's got some serious challengers in Lexington County.
You guys see any kind of big surprise unfolding tonight with any of the races at all?
I do not. I think there will be some open seats that we have to watch, but who knows what the surprise may be. I would be surprised if turnout exceeds 14–15%.
And that's the place where early voting, about 122,000 people thus far did early voting. Today, everybody else. But and we've talked about this before for everybody there at home. Think about this. If you left your decision making down to 12 to 13, 14% of the people who live in your neighborhood to decide who's going to be elected as your elected leader, that's an important recognition of the vote that you have and the ability for you to make a difference in democracy here.
Dave, Antoine, we're out of time for this segment, but they'll be with us throughout the evening, both on air and online, for complete primary coverage. So hang tight for their analysis. All right, a quick